it's Precious Pioneer. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, the channel where we talk about food, kindness, and entrepreneurship and everything in between. If you're new, welcome. My name is Precious. I'm a chef and I kind of just like to share videos and kind of help spread information about the food industry and entrepreneurship and business and all kinds of things like that. So if that interests you, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button below. That would really help to support me. But if you're a regular here, welcome back. Today I have an exciting video for you guys today. I'm continuing the cookie entrepreneurship series, but this applies to anyone and everyone with a product. Basically, you put in the hours, you labored hard, you have this amazing product that you're willing to sell, but who do you sell it to and how do you even begin to market? How do we niche down? How do we get started? Well, tune in to today's video because today we're going to be talking about how to find your target market, and you're going to want to stay to the end because I have 7 strategy tips so you can market like a pro. Okay, so the first thing before you find and identify your target market, you have to understand what that even means. So a market is the giant pool of everybody in the world who can buy something and consume your product, and you're gonna find a way to kind of niche that down to like a super tiny circle and find your niche of people who you want to identify with and who you're trying to sell to directly. So you have to realize that your product is not for everyone. Not everyone is going to like what you're selling. So you're going to try to target just the people who are your super fans and who are willing to buy your product. You have to learn to understand them, understand their position, be able to identify them, be able to understand their demographics, their background, their location. Note that other people can buy your product, everyone can buy your product, but that's just not your focus. So when you're targeting your marketing for Instagram or social media pages or on your website, or when you're talking to people, you want to make sure that you're putting all your efforts into the pool that really loves your product. Let's say you're selling peanut butter cookies or something like that, and then half the population doesn't like peanut butter. There's no point in you going to them and trying to convince them to buy your peanut butter cookie when they just will never, not in a million years, buy it because they just don't like it. So you want to make sure that you're casting your net into the people who really love peanut butter so you can have a higher chance of selling your product and selling those peanut butter cookies. Now you're probably wondering, Precious, how do we even get there? How do I know that females only like my product? How am I able to identify all the peanut butter lovers out there? And I am here to tell you that you have to do audience research. And it's not just a gut feeling of like, I think that they're the type of person that would like my product. It's not like a generalization. You actually have to conduct a lot of research by casting your net and seeing where to even begin to start fishing based on the previous examples I used. And so it does require a little bit of effort and a lot of trial and error, but once you have it niched down, then you'll be able to figure it out and be able to cast your net into the right locations to be able to get a lot more into your marketing pool. This is where the 7 research strategies come into play. So let's go. To begin conducting enough research, the first thing you need to do is check on who's buying your product now. See the customers and trends that are dragging people to your website who are purchasing your items already, and jot down all their details and demographics. That's their age, their location, their job, I have my little notes here, their spending patterns, their stage of life, all these different things that you want to just keep track of and see if there are any trends that are of people who are already buying your product. If you notice that it's mostly millennials or soccer moms, then you're starting to collect these details that you need to begin to market towards those type of people. 2 is to check out your social media and your website analytics. You can often see the different trends of people who are interacting, who are engaging in your content, who are interested in the product that you're selling. You can kind of look at the different analytics that they provide you on those social media platforms. That way you can kind of gauge on who is interested, and then you can focus on your niche amount of people and then begin to target to those individuals. 3 is to check out your competition. Chances are there are other people who are selling similar products that you are. If you sell a peanut butter cookie, there's chances are somebody else is also selling that too. And the thing is, other businesses in competition leave clues for success. So you can kind of look at what type of marketing strategies that they use, who they're targeting it for, and seeing their demographics. So if you're selling a really healthy protein peanut butter cookie, I keep using that example, and then you see that the bakery down the street also sells that as well, and they're targeting the gym people, the CrossFit people, and the dads that come home from work, then maybe that is a good clue or a good association to who would be a good target market for your type of cookie, because they are clearly doing that sort of marketing strategy and you guys have similar products, and so chances are that you can also fit into their niche just as they can fit into yours. So looking into your competition and comparing that's the air thing. Looking at your competition is a really good starting place, because they always leave little clues on success, and so you can kind of use their strategies and implement them into your own business and your own your target market strategy. Strategy number 4 is to be very clear about the value that your product brings to other people. What does your cookie, what does your product stand for and symbolize? Why are people going to buy from you as opposed to the bakery down the street or your neighbor or all these different things? Because anybody can sell a really great peanut butter cookie. So just be very clear about why people should buy from you and what you stand for. Are you vegan? Are you gluten-free? Are you the best, delicious, most peanut butter crunchiest, largest cookie that they have to offer in your city, in your town? Do you represent using local flavors and using local farmers in your, or local ingredients in your cookie? What do you stand for? Are you for the gym dads that come home from work and need a pick-me-up? Is your cookie super energizing? You know, make sure that your message and your value is very, very clear. So when people go to your company, or people are trying to decide whether or not they fit in that niche market that you're trying to create, that it's very clear about what they're getting into. And so you want to make sure that your marketing is very clear and exactly what your product represents and stands for. So that's number 4. If you're finding this video really helpful, please give it a thumbs up. That'd really help to support me and help to spread this video and spread the knowledge to everybody out there. Thanks, you guys are great. Okay, going into number 5, once you realize what your cookie and your brand stands for, create a statement, a very clear statement that indicates exactly who you're targeting, the person, the demographic, where they're from, the location, all in one thing. I actually wrote a couple of examples, just so I want to read it just so I don't mess it up. But an example would be perfect for soccer moms, on the go, a sustainable cookie for a healthier you. So in the clues in the sentence, you can hear that it's great for soccer moms. That indicates the age. It's a soccer mom, so usually for your kid to be in soccer, you kind of have to be, not necessarily, everybody's a little bit different, but you know, you're looking for the mid-30s, you know, like sort of demographic, a female, sustainable, so they care about their healthy eating and their diet. They're moms that are typically on the go, busy, wanting to grab something quick, and then also healthier you. So by eating your cookie, it's marketing that, like, hey, when you eat my cookie, it's quick, it's convenient, it's on the go, it's for moms who want a little bit healthy pick-me-up. You get all of those little descriptors that are targeting a specific type of person in one statement, and so you want to recreate that. So with the peanut butter example, you can say you can use the location, so you can say, with the Florida heat, I know you dads want to cool off or want a good treat after leaving the gym, so try one of our cookies. You know, you can make it very, very specific. You want to make it very niche, identifying who exactly you're talking to, and by creating a statement, so when someone reads that, they're like, oh, that's me, I'm a dad. That's me, I work out at the gym. That's me, I like peanut butter, I like crunchiness, I like X, Y, and Z, and then so that statement clearly identifies who the person you're talking to. And so that's number 5, create a statement that clearly identifies what you stand for and who you're targeting. They're down there in the show notes. I left a little cue for tip number 5 of basically an outline of what you can put into the blanks. And so it's a format, I'll read it out loud, but it's down there so you can copy and paste and reinvent it and make it your own. But basically it says, our target market is blank, and you insert a gender, and then it says aged and then you put an age range there, so from whatever, who live in blank space or type of place and like to blank an activity. So all that description stuff is going to be in the show notes if you don't know what I'm talking about, but basically that's going to help you with number 5. Okay, going to number 6. Once you have an idea of who exactly you're targeting and what your brand represents and what your product is going to bring value to another person, like you're like, okay, I'm targeting Joe, who's a dad, who lives in Orlando, Florida, who likes to work out after work and, you know, is always hungry and needs a good protein pick-me-up at the end of his workout, like, boom, I got it. Then you want to go ahead and try out different marketing strategies on different social media platforms and websites or whatever distribution that you prefer, and you want to speak and be in the shoes of that Joe. What do you think when you exit a gym? Like, where would you buy? Obviously, his subscription model wouldn't fit with that because they're on the go, and do they want it when they arrive home? You know, you have to think about all these different things. Are you going to be in a kiosk at the gym because that's really convenient and they can grab it at the go? Are you going to sell your product at smoothie shops or something like that because usually they grab a protein shake after the gym and they need something, a snack to pick me up or whatever after that? You need to think about how you're going to market to that specific demographic and be in the mind and in the shoes of that specific individual. You have to think about their route on the way home. Obviously, you don't want to be at a fancy high-class restaurant because your target market Joe is leaving the gym and going to a restaurant. Doesn't make sense for your cookies to be in that specific location. So you need to market and use strategies that really parallel with your character of who you're targeting. You need to really be in the mindset of that Joe guy and really think about what he's thinking and how is he going to get his product, your product in his hands, you know? So you have to think of all those different steps and then kind of match that. And then with posting on social media and marketing it that way, you're able to look at the analytics to see if you're speaking for the people. You can talk to all the Joes. You can go to the gym and ask like, hey man, like where do you pick up your snacks? And then talk to them and have these real life conversations. Find your target market, find the person that you identified and talk to them. If you see a soccer mom, be like, hey, with all your kids and all these different things, like where do you get your snacks? And they could be like, oh, I get them at the park, or I get them when I'm grocery shopping, or I have a special day where I go to brunch and I pick it up here. You know, you want to ask these questions and ask the person that you have identified to be able to market and to be in their shoes, sharing their stories and being able to deliver your product and your value to that individual who you're targeting. Okay, we're wrapping up. This is the last tip number 7. That is basically to revise and adjust. You know, discovering your target market isn't as easy as it seems. People change, people grow, your product brand changes all the time and frequently, so, and you evolve with the times and whatever's trending. And so it's important to kind of study the analytics, see what works, what doesn't work. It's a lot of throwing the dart against the wall and kind of seeing what sticks and what doesn't, and that's okay. But just marketing to everybody is not a strategy that works. So that's why finding a target market is so incredibly crucial and important. And so when you're looking at your analytics and you're seeing that it's not quite working the way that you want it to, try it again, try different things, talk to those people, pivot, and don't be afraid to make mistakes because that kind of thing happens. But once you have a good grip on the people that you're attracting and that sell the most, then go towards that direction, because then you'll be able to identify a really good niche market for you. And that's the whole point of this video. So I hope that this video gave you a lot of value. Please leave comments of any questions or problems or strategies that you have or have questions or problems with, and I'd love to talk to you about it. And I love the community to go ahead and talk about it too. If you found this video helpful, please just give it a thumbs up. That would really help just to support me in the making of these videos. And don't forget to subscribe below. But without further ado, bye guys. I'll see you guys next time.